Hello everyone. Let's enter in our science classroom and see what is there for us. So, let's continue chapter 15, that is some natural phenomena. So, in the previous lecture we have studied about static electricity. So today we are going to see its example. So on rubbing a plastic comb with our dry hair and then bringing it closer to the tiny pieces of paper, we find that the tiny pieces of paper get attracted by the charged comb and they stick to it. So we can say that on rubbing the plastic comb with our dry hair, the plastic comb develops electric charge due to the friction. The charged comb then exerts an electrostatic force on the tiny pieces of paper and it attracts them. The electric charges which appear on a comb are the static electric charges. So we can say when two objects are rubbed together, they get small amount of charge on them. There are many other examples. When you rub a comb with your hair, which we have just studied, an inflated balloon with a woolen cloth, a glass rod with a silk cloth, so they acquire small amount of charge. So now we are going to study the static electricity can be created by various ways. So the first way is charging by friction. Second is charging by conduction, and the third is charging by induction. So let's study about charging by friction. When two objects are rubbed together, some electrons from one object get transferred to the other object. Objects that lose electrons become positively charged and those that gain the electrons become negatively charged. This method of charging an object by rubbing it with another object is called charging by friction. So let's take an example. When a glass rod is rubbed with a silk, as you can see here, so electrons are transferred from the glass to the silk. This way, the glass rod acquires positive charge and the silk gains electrons. So it acquires negative charge. In the same way, when an ebonite rod is rubbed with the wool or fur, then wool or the fur loses electrons that are transferred to the ebonite rod. This way, the wool acquires positive charge and ebonite rod becomes negative charge. Next we come to the charging by conduction. When an uncharged object is brought in contact with the charged object, then charges flow from the charged object to the uncharged object. This causes the uncharged object to acquire some charge, and this method of charging an uncharged object by bringing it in contact with a charged object is called charging by conduction. During conduction, the type of charge that the uncharged object acquires is the same as that of the charged object. So, when a charged glass rod is brought in contact with an uncharged metal sphere, as you can see here, the metal sphere, which was neutral, now acquires the same charge as that of glass rod, that is -1, and it has also become charged. Next is charging by induction. If an uncharged object is brought near but not in contact to the charged object, it acquires the charge opposite to that of the charged object. And this method of charging an uncharged object by bringing it near to the charged object is called charging by induction. During induction, the uncharged object acquires the opposite charge. So here you can see the various steps which are involved in this method of charging an object by induction.